to another Dakota Destinations on Ladies of Another View on Beck. We are coming at you from Frostfire Park, which is near Walhalla, North Dakota, in Cavalier County. It is a destination for all four seasons. It has the best ski resort in the area. But then fast forward into the summer, they have an outdoor theater that brings in thousands of people every summer. This is a place you definitely want to check out. You can go mountain biking, you can do dirt bike scrambles, hiking, biking, canoeing, all right here in Frostfire Park. Welcome to Ladies of Another View on Beck TV. We are at a Dakota destination right here in Frostfire Park, Cavalier County, near Walhalla, North Dakota. First of all, I want to introduce my first guest, Patrick Shappy. Pat, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mary.
You know, I was so excited. I was actually doing a My Hometown in Devil's Lake, and I went into the chamber and I picked up a brochure. It said Frostfire Park, and I had never heard of Frostfire, so I went to the hotel, dug into it that night, and I find out there is a ski resort right here in the northeastern part of North Dakota. So excited. Why don't you just kind of tell us the history about it?
Sure. Well, very rich in history. We kind of figure it's a little hidden gem up here. We're working hard to get the word out better, so we appreciate Beck TV coming up and helping us get some exposure. History is long back into the 1950s when right out in front here there was an actual ski hill that was cut into the woods, and they put a rope tow. About 10 businessmen from Walhalla joined together to get it started. That ran for a few years, and it was vacant for many years until Dick and Judith Johnson purchased the property in around 1975. They built this original lodge, and they opened Christmas Day 1976 with the ski season. So that was the start of the history. Very successful through the 80s was kind of the banner years. Lots of Canadian customers. They really groomed a good following, and it was common to have 800-900 people a day on a weekend in that era. So it's something that we're working back to try to bring those crowds back. Like I said, been a 40-plus year with the skiing. They started the theater in 1985, did some improvements in 86 and 88, and we still have a full operational amphitheater through the summer. So
a lot of people think when you think of a ski resort, you think of a winter skiing destination, but this is actually a four-season destination. Why don't you tell us, you know, how the passion or where the passion came from to do such a thing, you know, by the Johnsons?
Yeah, all season. They started with the ski season, and the theater came a little later, so kind of a two-season. They had their shoulder season getting ready for the next season. They grew up in Edmore area, not too far from here, had a passion for the outdoors, had a passion for skiing, and loved the gorge, and decided to put their heart and soul into this place, which is what they did. They gave everything they had and worked till late into their 70s, and you know, wanted to see this place continue as a great experience to share with the region and all of North Dakota, Minnesota. And that's what, as a foundation, that's what we've been trying to preserve and grow, keep the history, and really share that experience that this is a special place. You set foot on the place, and it is a special place. So that's really the experience that we're trying to continue to give to our customers.
You know, and you can really feel that when you drive up to the area. It just feels special. But let's talk about how they retired then. And I understand a foundation was set up and took over, or it was purchased. Explain that.
Yep. 2017, a couple of local gals, Dawn Mant is on our board, and Christy Wilfert from Grand Forks, developing, and they work together to form a foundation. It's a nonprofit, and generated a board of directors, local businessmen, women from the area, county commissioners, some state representatives, was the original board of directors, and just identified some needs, and just kind of jumped off the cliff, so to speak, and just started work to preserve and enhance and continue to grow what we have today.
And this is just one little tiny destination in the Pembina Gorge. The entire gorge area is actually quite a lengthy spot right here in the northeastern part of the state. Tell us a little bit about the gorge itself.
Yeah, we have lots to offer here. Again, back to history, there's a dinosaur find, and they have an annual dinosaur dig just a few miles east of here. Beautiful golf course. Parks and Rec are involved with some camping sites that they're putting together now. Biking, horseback riding, side by side. Lots of folks come up to ride their ATVs and side by sides. Biking, we're the first all-terrain bike area in the state. So just a lot to offer folks in the region.
Right, and I know you talked about the foundation itself, and it was interesting to read in this Frostfire Park brochure. It says the mission is to preserve and enhance the experience of the Pembina Gorge while connecting people to life-changing experiences. And I tell you what, that really happens right here. You can just feel it. But then also there's a goal. It says develop and support history, arts and culture, education and nature through interpretive and recreational opportunities in the gorge. A lot of people don't know that the nearest city, Walhalla, is actually the second oldest city in the states of North and South Dakota. So there's like a historical value here too. Do you want to just briefly tell us about that?
Yeah, the fur traders from all the way up in northern Canada would come, and they call it a rendezvous region because they would come and trade their furs. There was a trail into Minneapolis back and forth. So it really developed into the rendezvous region. So today the rendezvous region is Pembina, Walhalla, Cavalier, Langdon communities kind of form the rendezvous region. And that's where the rich history really comes from.
It really does. It really does. And then, so getting back to the history of the hill itself, you said it started with just a few people and a tow rope going up a hill, and that was just kind of a free-for-all, just kind of like just going into the woods and having fun before it was privately purchased, right?
Right. Yeah. And even when Dick and Judith owned it, they started with a rope tow. Yeah, you just came out and nobody knew how to ski. You just went out and had some fun and kind of learned on your own and had fun with your friends. And again, you get back that experience. It's really been a family outing, building generations. You visit with people that are in their 60s and 70s, and they maybe were out here with their kids growing up and grandkids. So it's just been a wonderful experience all the way around.
And so outside of skiing and the summer activities, is there, I can't help but look around and see all the artifacts, the old wooden skis and the snowshoes, etc. Do people still do the snowshoeing out here as well? Is that an activity?
To a limited degree, we would like to get that established a little bit better. We have lots of bike paths that we'd like to get established in the horseshoeing, or snowshoeing, sorry, and it hasn't really caught on yet in the area, but I think it's something that we can develop.
Well, maybe we can do some snowshoeing, horseshoeing at the same time.
Right.
Right. All right, so anything else you feel is important you might want to leave with our viewers just in the last moment here?
Just come up and share the experience. That's the message I'd like to leave.
All right, well, I want to thank you for being a guest here and telling our viewers about the history of the Frostfire Park, and we are going to come right back after this and go a little more in depth regarding the skiing aspect that happens right here at Frostfire. We'll be right back after this with more on Ladies of Another View on Back, coming at you from Frostfire.
My hometown at Frostfire Park, brought to you by Montana Dakota Utilities, Walhalla Farmers Grain LLC, CB Grocery, your neighborhood grocer.
It's time to get educated, people.
And that's just what we're doing on our new show, Educated. Every day we bring you the stories from inside the classroom that mainstream media won't cover.
So stay educated with us. Weekdays at 2:30 p.m. Central Time on Beck News or anytime online at beck.news.
Welcome to the start of Main Street. The Main Medical Building located at 315 Main, downtown Minot. The unique shops inside offer body and mind healing, a safe haven for mothers-to-be, mixed martial arts, hair salons, massages, counseling services, and much more. Also keep a special lookout for a brand new Jamaican-inspired restaurant opening this fall. Take a stroll inside the Main Medical Building and uncover the unique shops and experiences that lay within. Discover the start of Main Street at the Main Medical Building today.
Improve your home or business with services from Zaka Remodeling and Construction. Whether you need windows or doors repaired, replaced, or installed for your residential or commercial property, Zaka Remodeling and Construction can help. Our local and family-owned business offers flexible hours and over 10 years of experience in the industry. We are your local Pella expert. Pella is rated #1 in highest quality and innovation by homeowners across the country. Feel confident when you choose Pella and Zaka Remodeling. Contact us today for a free estimate. Zaka Remodeling and Construction.
Now you can have the personalized forecast at your fingertips when you need it. Beck's exclusive Weather Insight is information tailored to you. Radar, weather alerts, forecasts, and videos. Download the free Weather on Beck News app. Search your app store now. My Hometown at Frost Fire Park, brought to you by Columbia Grain International, Ottertail Power Company, Pembelier Nursing Center.
A farmer's work is never done. You're not just planting a seed or harvesting a crop. You're growing a legacy. When you're up before dawn and out long past dusk, you need a banker who will work with your schedule, not the other way around. At Choice, we do banking differently, giving farmers like you time back to focus on what really matters. Choice Bank, top North Dakota Ag Bank for 10 years running, and always people first.
My Hometown at Frost Fire Park, brought to you by Sweet Pro Premium Supplements, Rendezvous Region Tourism Committee, Chizzy's Sports Bar and Grill.
Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Beck. I am at Frost Fire Park right here next to Walhalla, North Dakota in Cavalier County, and I'm visiting with Eric Thornburg. Eric, welcome to the show.
It is a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank you. You know, I think I had mentioned earlier, I had no idea that there was a ski resort up in this area. And I come to find out that it's not just a ski resort, but it's an all four seasons park. But why don't we kind of dive into just the winter side of it? What goes on up here?
Well, on the winter side of things, you've got some relatively flat land that you drive into and come down the hill, and you are met with this little majestic hill that is our ski hill. We've got about a 300-foot vertical. We've got one chairlift that holds about 50 chairs. It takes about an 8-minute ride up, and it's about 2 minutes down. You can really bomb that thing though. You can get there in about 45 seconds. So there's not, it's not a huge vertical, but I tell you what, we do keep the line moving. So as far as like overall skiing in a day, we really can keep up with any ski hill out there as far as like time on the hill.
Right. And it seems like it's not just, you know, when you talk about a vertical drop of 300 feet and it's straight down, I mean, you're saying if you're just going fast, you get down in 2 minutes, but you can people leisurely get down the hill. They can take as much time as they want.
I'm pretty sure that you could take about 15 minutes, and I've seen it actually.
Yes. All right, and then also it's not just one run. How many runs do you have?
We've got 7 runs. We've got 7 runs, and we also have our magic carpet as well. So we've got 7 runs, and then our little Bunny Hill area. So that's where a lot of the training happens. That's actually how I got introduced to Frostfire, is teaching ski lessons since I was probably 14 years old.
Oh. So what is a magic carpet?
The magic carpet is basically just a giant conveyor belt. It's 400 feet long, and you just ride up the hill, easy for beginners. There's no chair to sit down, no complication that way. You just put your skis in, and you stand there, ride up, ski down,
Right.
keep that loop going.
Because it seems like a lot of times the little ones, when they're skiing and they have to go up on a T-bar or a tow rope or something like that, it's usually just a pile of little kids. One falls and it's just a chain reaction. And with this magic carpet, everyone gets up safely. And
Absolutely.
it also helps with anyone who might have a physical disability.
Yep, I would totally agree with that. It's pretty slick.
Great. And so you just have the one lift, but do you have any other tow ropes or anything? It's just the one lift.
Not right now, but we've always got plans for the future.
Right, and I understand there's some big plans going on right now. Right now, for this season, you're actually not going to be open at the 22-23 season.
That is correct.
Yeah, so tell us what happened.
Well, it was at the beginning of this year, we had so much moisture and we had quite a bit of damage on our hill that we spent trying to repair we tried to have it repaired for the upcoming ski season. But with that, we had our mountain biking that we had to repair. So that got pushed back and we invested a bunch of money and time into repairing that. And then we also had our summer theater, which was exceptional this year. It was our biggest show that we've had in 25 years. So it was amazing. So we had to have that, and then once we got those, then we could fully focus on the hill, on the rest of our, on the ski hill side of things. And we had this thing close, and we had one major pump failure that hit us right at the end of the season, and that was basically the straw that broke the camel's back, essentially, because it wasn't just a matter of like going down and picking up this pump. It's a specialty pump, and we looked into ordering it and everything, but everything was delayed, so we wouldn't have had it in time, thanks to a lot of the COVID, complications and transportation and backlogged and everything like that. So
Right.
it was a difficult decision. Wasn't taken lightly, and
Sure. And I understand, too, that there was a temporary fix that you could have completed, but it was so astronomically expensive to temporarily fix it that it just was not cost effective.
and there was no guarantee. That was no guarantee that we would even be able to actually get it, even if it was temporary. So
Wow.
there was a lot.
Well, you made the right decision, but it's like, so for those of you that are watching this show in 2022, it will be back up and running bigger and better in 2023.
And for anyone that has been here in years past and seen it now, like we keep hearing the same thing. It just looks so nice up here. We've got everything cleaned up, smooth. The efficiencies are out there, so it's cool.
And so then, do you guys offer lessons?
Oh yeah, pretty much. At least if you get a lesson from me, I will guarantee you are up and skiing. You may have to come back once or twice, but
After you're out of your crutches. No, no.
you give any of our ski instructors an hour, we will have you skiing.
Oh, that's great news. But not only do you have skiing, but if you want to stay on premises, I understand you have an Airbnb.
We do have an Airbnb, super cool facility. It's actually the only true ski in, ski out in North Dakota. So that part is pretty cool. If you call ahead, reserve the Airbnb, we'll have your skis set up, ready for you. So all you have to do is just check in and you can ski down in the morning.
That's great. And so with the ski resort side of it being closed this winter, is the Airbnb open for winter activities or not?
With the whole hill being closed, we don't have it available right now.
Okay, and that's fair enough, but at least people need to know, because if they're planning a destination, it's good to plan ahead. So thanks for sharing that with our viewers. I know they would appreciate it. So then tell us about the check-in system. You have quite the system downstairs where you electronically check in and it speeds things up.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool system. Basically, just walk in. It's pretty much taken from all of the major ski hills. So the same software that they use, we use, and easy peasy.
So people can go sit and wait, and then when their number comes up, they just get notified, basically.
Absolutely. We've got a little, we can just throw it on the big screen TV, 15 minutes away, come on down, and it takes about 3.5 minutes by the time you get in line and out the door.
Okay, and so then why don't you tell us, is this your customers that come here? Are they more skiers, more snowboarders, or what type of downhill do they prefer?
I'd say it's about half and half. We got a lot of skiers, a lot of snowboarders, about half and half.
All right, and then do you do any sledding or tubing?
No, but we've got some, we've always got plans and things like that. We used to have tubing, then we had to pull it back. So there's some plans in the works.
Great, and so how would they find out about those plans? Just log on to frostfirepark.org?
That and social media.
And social media. What is your social media site?
Just pretty much our Frostfire at Instagram or through Facebook.
Okay.
Yeah.
And most of them are on Facebook or Instagram. Those are the two main sources.
Yeah, I think we've got some TikToks out there.
All right. So we just have a minute left. What would you like to leave our viewers with? What would you like to share?
Okay, I'm just going to say it. I know that Huff Hills is amazing. We're very comparable as far as like size and run. But man, we definitely have something special. It's definitely worth coming up, spending a weekend. It's a little slice of magic out here. Basically, all of the cool features that our mountain biking has provided for us over the last 2 years, you can ski on those features. We have basically one big terrain park, so it'll blow your mind.
It will. And one of the things that I just wanted to mention too, that you have a steakhouse on premises, that they have food, just top of the line steaks, etc., and that will be open next year as well. But you can rent the place out. You don't have to come here just to ski. You can actually have an outdoor wedding all 4 seasons. You can have receptions, birthday parties, anniversary parties. You can have a band. All of that is available.
100%.
Right out there.
We've got that available right now.
Okay, perfect. All right, so thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate you coming on and sharing with our viewers all about the winter side of Frostfire Park.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm a big fan.
All right, well, thank you so much, and we will be right back after this with more on Ladies of Another View on Beck, coming at you from Frostfire Park.
My Hometown at Frostfire Park, brought to you by Metalman Farm Services, Langdon Prairie Health Walhalla Clinic, Forestwood Inn and C-Store.
At Service Basin Transportation, just give us a call to arrange transportation within our 7-county ridership. We serve a large area, including many towns, in the Magic City or even to the capital city, Bismarck. Door-to-door service for less cost of an Uber, Lyft, or taxi, for shopping, for dining, for doctor's appointments, for visiting. It's Minot's most convenient way to travel to Bismarck, within Minot, or anywhere within our 7-county region. Service Basin Transportation.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
The Wall of Honor pays tribute to local individuals from across the state of North Dakota. On digital indoor billboards, these heroes of the past and present are prominently featured with a photo, name, and their branch of service. Our funding is made possible by donations and advertisers like you.
As a veteran and as a board member, I couldn't think of a better way to help remember the service and sacrifice than celebrating and supporting the Wall of Honor.
Hey y'all, it's Trent on the loose. I'm a 6th generation farmer, husband, patriot, father. And as much as I'd love to just sit here under this shade tree and celebrate my own place on my front porch, truth of the matter is that people don't know who, where, and how is producing their food. So travel the country with Trent on the loose, and we'll find those interesting human interest stories behind the people that bring us the efficient food supply. Trent on the loose.
The foods we eat directly impact our well-being. Making the right food choices can support your overall health. Food First makes products with prebiotic plant fibers to give you some of the critical ingredients you need that are often missing from today's food. Food First products are made with organic, non-GMO ingredients and feature their proprietary multi-prebiotic fiber and protein blend, Probiotin. Look for these North Dakota-made gut health products at probiotin.com.
My Hometown at Frostfire Park, brought to you by S&S Grain Incorporated, Frost Fire Park, Walhalla Building Center,
Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Beck. We are coming at you from Frostfire Park up here in Cavalier County near Walhalla, North Dakota. And I have the honor and privilege of visiting with Elsie Magnus. Elsie, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you.
You know, it's great. I've been up here a couple of times now, and just the whole area is amazing. And when I learned about Frostfire in that magazine, I just had to get here quickly to do a show about it. I didn't know that they had a summer theater at a winter park. Tell us all about this summer theater and how that came to be.
Well, Dick and Judith Johnson started this in 1985. And so this is the 39th year for a theater production. And we've done everything from the old traditional favorites like Oklahoma and Sound of Music, which we did last summer, the favorites that everybody has heard of. Then we've done some of the newer ones, Forever Plaid and Ring of Fire. So we've done the gamut. And we've had wonderful attendance, and people just seem to enjoy coming up here. The winter beauty is so different from the summer beauty, and it's just such a pleasant place to be.
So is it an amphitheater where people bring a lawn chair or bring blankets and sit, or are there benches? Tell us about the theater.
It's all seated, and it's situated in the hill, so that it's easily, they were able to put the seating in on a graduated basis. I think we have close to 400 seats available, maybe a little over 400. And this year there's been some ongoing projects where we've expanded the area of the stage, improved the stage and resurfaced it, and made some area that's more convenient for the actors and actresses behind the stage, and made the entrance a little more accessible. So through our very generous supporters of the theater, we've been able to make a lot of those improvements.
Oh, that's great. And there's always, you know, people that are so willing to come forward and help out with these projects because it brings the community together. But tell me how you find the cast. Are they all local actors and actresses, or do they come from afar?
There's auditions, and the auditions will be happening. We can go to our Pembina Gorge frostfirepark.org website and see when the auditions are going to be held, January and February, end of January, 1st of February, because we have people who participate from all, from miles around, as well as local, and they have to be people that will fit the cast as they need it, so that means we have to expand it a little bit, but there have been some from the area and some from a distance. I'm not sure, maybe 150 miles away has been the furthest one that came in to act.
You know, I think someone had told me last night that there's a gentleman that played a part up here is actually on Broadway in New York this year.
Well, I would, yes, that's the case. Right offhand, I can't think which one it is, but
right.
Yes.
But it's not like it's just everyone from local. It's these are very talented actors and actresses.
Misty Cope, who has been a part of the production and acted here, also spent time on all kinds of venues, including New York, and 7 years at Burning Hills Theater, and so she's very experienced and very talented, and just one of those people that brings you in.
Great, great. And I've also heard that people have described this area and your theater as actually like the Medora of the northeast corner of North Dakota.
Yes, we will be. We are very happy to have that comparison, and we will soon be having. Our dream is to have Medora be comparing themselves to us.
Sure, sure. Well, absolutely, and that could happen at any time, actually, because some of the productions that you have done have been just wonderful. Now, tell us what happened during COVID. I understand that it was just a little bit of a different technique that you used.
Well, we had to go dark, and then our producers, Dave and Amy Pockert, and they were able to put together a unit of group that would performed in a theater, and they were recorded, and they had 4 different productions that people could just view. And then through that, we increased, of course, our audience and so on. But there were 4 different types of shows that they did, and they danced, and well, they sang. It was mostly singing and a little bit of acting, but they had to be pretty confined because it was right in a a small theater area.
Sure, and I want to say that I did a little bit of research, and it said just for you, or just for YouTube, and you had well over 8,000 views, and this was months and months ago, and it raised over $55,000.
We're just so happy to have people who are willing to support the arts.
Great. And so then I think it was called The Show Must Go On, and certainly that did happen for a lot of people during that time of our lives. The show must go on. But yeah, this brochure, it just talks about everything. It had said that Richard and Judith Johnson, the original owners and operators of Frostfire Summer Theater, were the visionaries who believed quality musical theater entertainment performed in the serene and majestic setting of Pembina River Gorge would appeal to visitors from across the region. And they were right. Each summer, over, 5,000 visitors come to the area?
Well, the ones that come for the theater itself. But we can't go any further without talking about this summer being Little House on the Prairie.
This coming summer.
This coming summer is going to be Little House on the Prairie with a cast of 20. And following that, we have our kids camp, the Encore Kids Camp. And so we're just, the Encore Kids Camp was absolutely full up last year with 83, and that was more than they planned for. And so they're hoping to expand it somehow this year.
Wonderful. All right, so tell us then how some of the things get funded around here. I understand that you have received some financial assistance.
We've had grants from...
I think I have a copy of this for you.
We've gotten grants from the North Dakota Council on the Arts, and that purchased the LED lighting for our theater. And we got 18 new microphones with that. And then with the last fall, we had $50,000 that we raised with our Center Stage campaign, and that was theater supporters. And so with that, we were able to do that repair and maintenance and improvement of our stage. And then we also have a $24,000 grant that we got from Arts and Education Collaboration for our summer youth programming for the education part that's part of our mission. And with that, we got $6,000 per summer for 4 years. And then we had $20,000 from the Department of Public Instruction. And that is what we're using for these summer camps for the kids. And those camps are day camps. And we bring the children here with the busing from the county busing plus the schools.
Great, great. Well, I just want to say thank you for sharing the summer theater with us, because again, out here at Frostfire, it's not just about skiing, it is about all 4 seasons out here. There's something to do all year round. So thanks again for joining us.
Thank you for being here and helping us explain to the world what Frostfire is.
Oh, you're very welcome. And we'll be right back after this with more from Frostfire Park near Walhalla, North Dakota on Ladies of Another View on Beck.
Fire Park brought to you by Columbia Grain International, Otter Tail Power Company, Pembelier Nursing Center,
tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free.
We are rewriting Hollywood's script for our kids. I'm pop culture expert Tina Griffin, and as a former Hollywood actress, I'm giving you a behind-the-scenes look at how today's entertainment is eroding the foundational development of America's youth and how to safely navigate this pop culture chaos. Knowledge is power. Parents want solutions. It's time to get the power back in your hands and reclaim the right to decide who and what should influence your kids.
Weekdays at 2 p.m. Central Time on Beck TV.
Welcome to Dakota Cowboy, presented by Dakota Community Bank and Trust. I'm your host, Wild Bill. The character and legacy of the American West comes to life. We'll strive to give you a glimpse of the rich history. I've seen the toughest cowboys in the state of North Dakota. I've had a front row seat to those whose passion has been the preservation of history. Dakota Cowboy, presented by Dakota Community Bank and Trust on Beck TV.
My Hometown at Frostfire Park, brought to you by Montana Dakota Utilities, Walhalla Farmers Grain LLC, CB Grocery, your neighborhood grocer.
Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Beck. I am visiting with Jordan Thornburg right here at Frostfire Park out in Cavalier County near Walhalla, North Dakota. Welcome to the show, Jordan.
Thank you for having me.
You know, I'm so excited because, again, and I can't say enough, I picked up this brochure that you guys had made, and when I looked through it, I thought about skiing, and it's like, no, Frostfire is not just about skiing. They have quite a summer program. But let's just first start out, you are actually a ski instructor up here.
That's right. I started skiing when I was about 10 years old. Got the itch, of course, and then kept on going until today. And I started teaching probably about junior year of high school.
Wow.
And then I started with skiing and then snowboarding shortly after that. So yeah.
Oh, so you get a little bit of everything. Do you teach, you know, what kind of level? Like, where do you just start with the beginners, or you take the more advanced skiers, or what is your specialty?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. I've taught students as young as 3, up to I think 53 at least. So
okay, so I have
it's
hope.
Been a good range.
You're saying I have hope? No,
oh,
I know how to
fun.
ski. Okay. Anyway, so let's kind of jump over into the summer activities that you have up here. I understand that you have all kinds of trails to do everything. Why don't we just start with the park itself and the trails? What can we do out in the open when we're not skiing?
Well, it's a beautiful scenic area, both winter and summer. So it's really neat to see how it changes. You know, when you're used to seeing it with all the snow coverage and everything. But you get to experience it in the summer with the mountain biking. I've gotten into that the last couple of seasons, and it's been just a pleasure.
So then, do you bring your own bike, or do you have bikes to rent?
You sure can bring your own. I've seen lots of different really pricey bikes. You can spend all kinds of money on that. But if you don't want to, they've got a nice selection of rental bikes here too.
And is that open all 7 days a week, or is it just on weekends, or?
On the weekends, basically.
Basically.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I understand that there's some art camps going on. It's called Encore Youth Art Camps, and they're day camps. Tell us about that program.
Yeah, I've got a handful of nieces and nephews who have actually been firsthand partners or participants in those. And they've got all kinds of projects ranging from visual arts to crafts and everything. And then at the end of their time, at the end of the week, they do a a program, a lot of singing and dancing, and even some improv. It's quite a show.
So they basically dabble a little bit in everything. It could be, the acting arts, and it could be just the physical, painting, drawing, sculpting, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's quite a range.
Wow. All right. And so what are the age limits for that?
I guess I'm not sure on the age, but I know there's been senior students who have been in it, and then little kids too. So it's
but they could find out more on frostfirepark.com, correct?
I believe it's frostfirepark.org.
frostfirepark.org. We'll go ahead and get that up so that people, when they are interested in learning more about it, they can log on to that. And so how about hiking? I understand that this is quite the area for hiking.
Yeah, all kinds of scenery in the Pembina River Gorge, all kinds of, or all different seasons really,
Right.
but in the summer in particular, you really see the wildlife and the foliage. It's quite a sight.
So then during the summer, then if someone wants to come up here on an off day, say it's a Wednesday afternoon, is the park or the gates closed, or can they come up here, bring their bike, and just bike around on their own?
I don't believe you can just bring your bike without the chairlift running,
Okay.
which would be on the weekends.
Sure. So then that is an organized event. And then I understand that it's the only downhill mountain bike with a lift in the entire state.
Yeah, and that's quite an upgrade from just having to hoof it up the hill. I know when they first started with the mountain biking, it was before they had access to being able to bring your bike on the lift. And there were still diehard bikers out here who would carry their bikes or walk up the side of the hill. But now that having that actual lift where there's kind of a customized metal piece on the back of the chairs, that you just hang up your bike, or they'll hang it up for you even at the bottom of the hill.
Oh, nice.
And then you get on the next chair, and then the lift attendant at the top will take your bike off for you and have it ready for you. So it's quite a service.
Sure. And then when I was looking at this Frostfire booklet, it talks about is something very special, and it's called Kano. And they have a vision. It says to provide its guests and students with the inspiration to develop a life of mindfulness, purpose, and joy. That sounds like something you just feel it when you're up here.
No question.
No question at all. All right. And then also their goal is to support the history, culture, education, and nature through interpretive and recreational opportunities in the gorge. And so it's just, again, it's just a feeling when you get here. And when you look around, it's just absolutely serene and beautiful. There's no litter. There's no, sometimes when you go to a public place, it just sometimes needs a little help. This is absolutely gorgeous up here.
Exactly, yeah. A lot of the clientele here, you can just tell they're respectful of the environment and of the facilities and everything.
One of the things that I'm always interested in, this is one of my passions, is shed hunting. When you're out looking for antlers, do people come up here and do any shed hunting?
I would imagine so. I can believe, I've seen all kinds of deer and elk, and even moose are even on the comeback now. So
oh, that's great.
That's great to hear.
Oh, super. So will you ever see a sighting, say when you're out skiing? Is it occasional you'll see a moose?
It's been a while, but I've heard.
They're in the area.
Yeah.
Well, they're kind of sneaky too. I mean,
Right.
although they're big and cumbersome, they are out there.
Mhm.
All right, then how about any geocaching? I know there's some geocaching going on. Do you know if there's any geocaches on this property?
I'm not certain, but I have done it in the past, and it's a lot of fun. So if you're into that, I would definitely investigate.
Right, because I know that there's a whole section in the Pembina Gorge that you can go geocaching and you can earn coins, et cetera, if you find a certain amount of these geocaches. And that's a lot of fun for kids of all ages. It's something that I love to do. Even when my youngest son was about 5, we started geocaching, and you can be 85. It's just absolutely a fun time. All right, is there anything else you want to share about the summer activities right up here at Frostfire Park?
Well, I guess summer and winter, it kind of goes hand in hand here at Frostfire, but just the different, I've had a lot of formative years here right at Frostfire, growing up, with the skiing starting at an early age, and then, high school and everything. But then, I met my now wife. One of our first dates was skiing, or snowboarding actually, right here at Frostfire. And then I'm just so excited to be sharing that with, my little ones too now. So that's going to be the next step.
The next generation.
So
it's always shared. It's nice to share that. All right, so Jordan, we want to thank you for joining us today and sharing what you know about Frostfire Park right up here.
Thanks so much.
You're welcome, and we'll be right back with more at Frostfire Park on Ladies of Another View on Beck.
My Hometown at Frostfire Park, brought to you by Sweet Pro Premium Supplements, Rendezvous Region Tourism Committee, Chizzy's Sports Bar and Grill.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to bring you my biggest bedding sale ever, just in time for Christmas. Get my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $29.98. A set of pillowcases, only $9.98. Rejuvenate your bed with a MyPillow mattress topper for as low as $99.99. We also have blankets in a variety of sizes, colors, and styles. We even have blankets for your pets. Get duvets, quilts, down comforters, body pillows, bolster pillows, and so much more, all at the biggest discounts ever. I know my bedding products are perfect for you, and I'm extending my money-back guarantee for Christmas until March 1st, 2023, making them the perfect gifts for your friends, your family, and everyone you know. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you'll get huge discounts on all MyPillow bedding products, including my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $29.98. Get all your shopping done now while quantities last.
Now you can have the personalized forecast at your fingertips when you need it. Beck's exclusive Weather Insight is information tailored to you. Radar, weather alerts, forecasts, and videos. Download the free Weather on Beck News app. Search your app store now. My Hometown at Frostfire Park, brought to you by Metalman Farm Services, Langdon Prairie Health Walhalla Clinic, Forestwood Inn and C-Store.
Do you worry about going to the dentist? After all, a visit to the dentist can easily cost $2,000 or more. Well, relax. The Carefree Dental Card is now available in your area. Call now and we'll send your actual card at no cost today. With the Carefree Dental Card, you go to the dentist whenever you need and you instantly pay a lot less. Activate your card and you can start using it immediately. From exams and cleanings to more expensive procedures like crowns, dentures, even braces, they're all included with the Carefree Dental Card. Say you go to the dentist today without any card and your bill is, well, ouch. Wait a minute, let's try that again. You go to the dentist today and show your Carefree Dental Card, you save $525. The Carefree Dental Card is just $15.95 a month, so call now and make going to the dentist carefree.
Call 1-800-416-5739 to receive your Carefree Dental Card information kit. 1-800-416-5739. Call now.
My Hometown at Frostfire Park, brought to you by S&S Grain Incorporated, Frostfire Park, Walhalla Building Center.
Welcome back to Ladies of Another View on Beck. We are coming at you from Frostfire Park up here in Cavalier County next to Walhalla, North Dakota. With me now, we have Dawn Mant, and Dawn is the Executive Director of Red River Regional Council and also co-founder of the Pembina Gorge Foundation.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mary.
You know, I was so excited to find out that we were going to do a show up here. It's just such a beautiful and serene area. And we've kind of talked about all 4 seasons up here, what we've done, but let's talk a little bit about the future, because as we know, we talked about earlier, the park, the winter side of it is closed for this season only, but you guys have big things in the works. Tell us what's going on.
Oh, we do have big things in the works. Last year, we were really excited to attract and work with Roger Brooks. Roger Brooks International has done, he's a renowned facilitator that's done consulting work as a creating quality destinations to attract visitors, people to live, as well as investors. And we had the pleasure of working with him for the last 18 months or so, developing a plan for all of northeastern North Dakota, and we were able to plug him in a bit here at Frostfire. So on his council, we have since gone on and secured a $100,000 grant from the EDA and the state of North Dakota through the Department of Commerce. It's a placemaking grant. So we are doing a master development plan in the coming months, really to figure out how do we lift this facility, this region to another level, and to really encourage multiple day stays in the area.
You know, and that's interesting because when you think about the small communities in North Dakota, and that's our passion, and that's why we actually are doing these My Hometown shows and these destination shows. We want people to spend their money locally, you know, check out a small community, stay, play, and if you love it, move your family here. That's kind of the whole passion behind what we're doing. And so we can appreciate that you guys are just really on board and moving forward, just getting things done to attract more people to North Dakota, because it is a hidden treasure. I mean, it's not so hidden, but it is a treasure. You know, and so let's talk about some of the improvements. We understand it's closed this season because of some snowmaking issues, but you do have a grant that is going to go ahead and help renovate or replace the existing system. Can you tell a little bit about that?
Oh, we are very excited. Over the last few years with the COVID declaration of really a national disaster, was a COVID declaration for every city and county across the entire country.
Yes.
Typically with federal disasters come federal aid. So we were able to secure a $2.1 million grant for new snowmaking infrastructure through the Economic Development Administration out of a 10-state competition. We were the largest grant to come out of a $19 million pool. And the state legislature was great enough to also give us the match requirement for us to be able to leverage that. So we've put together over $3 million. We have solicited and awarded bids on a two-phase project that will be underway next summer. So we hope to open next winter with full snowmaking infrastructure. And if you think about it, Dick and Judith have been building this place since the mid-70s. So the infrastructure is 50 years old, and it's in time to replace it. We've put Band-Aids on it the last few seasons, and it just was not possible this year.
Right, and like we had mentioned earlier too, it's like it could have been fixed, but with the amount of money to spend to fix it temporarily, it just didn't make financial sense.
It absolutely didn't make financial sense. And quite honestly, the effort that, you know, people of this region have invested thousands of hours in getting this place up and running and volunteering. And it's been a heavy lift. This is a significant project for our area. And I think for us to be able to kind of push the pause button and really delve into planning and really investing these millions of dollars that we have secured, we're really just setting the stage for the next couple of generations.
Sure. And I know Pat had mentioned earlier that you're going to try to tap into the Canadian market again, because it was such a strong market and it kind of faded away and then became non-existent during COVID. So what are we going to do on that part?
Well, who would have ever thought we were going to close the border?
Right.
I mean, I think there was maybe one other time in the U.S. history that's happened. So this is very rare. And that was 50 to 60% of our customer base. So to think that we are still standing after not having half of our customers the past couple of years. But the real attraction to this, I have a degree in economics, so I understand that the thing that really drew me into Frostfire, and this is the longest project of my entire career of doing rural development in North Dakota, but the thing that really drew me in is the fact that we have 1.2 million people within a 2-hour drive.
Wow.
And so from a market capacity and the opportunity, and the Governor Burgum mentions this rather frequently, we're the only area of the state with access to that population density. So from a market standpoint, we have the potential Yes. And to really make this into a place where people come and stay 2, 3, 4 nights. We know that visitor spending triples with an overnight stay, so it's in all of our community's best interest that we encourage multiple day stays and get people to spend time and money in our region.
Right, and so it's not just Walhalla nearby. Name a few of the other towns where they could spend the evening or spend the night.
Oh, right. So we, with the placemaking grant, we actually have established a partnership between Walhalla, Cavalier, Langdon. Also, North Dakota Parks and Rec is an extremely valuable partner in this effort. So with the master planning work that we'll be doing, we'll be strengthening those ties and creating a shared vision for all of the area. In our region, in Region 4 of North Dakota, we cover from Grand Forks, Nelson, Pembina, and Walsh counties. And truly, what I've had a revelation recently, the rural population of our region is 35,000 people. So we may have a collection of small towns, but we really have the size of West Fargo. So it's not just small towns. We have the opportunity, and we do need a lot of people to be moving here in the next 5 years. We need over 1,000 new employees in the region. And Frostfire, the Pembina Gorge are key magnetic attractors to people to the area.
Sure, and not only that, you know, when you bring a family in, there's something to do all year round. And it's like get off the electronics and go play outside basically and do something outside that's family related. Or say you don't have a large family, just go out for a walk with a girlfriend, you know, just a friend, just gather up, you know, go collect leaves. I mean, it's just that beautiful that you can do anything right up here.
You know, right before I moved to Grafton in 1993, and before that I lived in eastern, or central New Jersey, and I used to weekend in the Pocono Mountains. And so after I moved up here, I thought I need to go find a tree in a hill. And so I found that, and who knew that we have forests in North Dakota, but we have a forest here.
We do. Okay, so we have about a minute left. So what would you like to leave our viewers with?
Oh, I want to just end with some gratitude. This project has been more than we all imagined it would be. We are replacing actively all of the infrastructure to really allow for, you know, Jordan's children, our children, everybody's children to enjoy the next couple of generations ahead of us. So we are all committed to making that happen. We have an extremely tenacious board and staff, and hundreds of people in this region that have donated thousands of hours to making that a reality.
Wonderful. And then in that brochure that I keep popping up, I just want to say there are ways that you can actually donate to Frostfire. You can log on to their website, frostfirepark.org, or pick up one of these brochures at your local chamber, because it's in all of those little chamber boxes. And just go ahead and check out Frostfire, and if you can help them financially, you know, just come up and visit, or just drop them a check. They would accept it all. So I have to say goodbye for now, and I want to thank you for joining us today and telling us about Frostfire.
Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome, and we will see you next time at our next Dakota destination right here on Ladies of Another View on Beck.